footprints in the sand. What a dream to be in Perth this weekend, although a little bit hot, been hitting over that 40-degree mark. Thankfully, it's cooling off just in time for the start of your working week. 32 degrees in Perth. It could be a little bit blustery in Fremantle. 30 and 31 for you in Bunbury. Cooling down again into Tuesday with a chance of showers for each of those locations. All right, let's take a look at the tropics. Showers and thunderstorms will continue for the top end, and a few showers about the Queensland coastline. We've been seeing this over the past few days, heaviest about the northeast tropical coast for the most part. And for southeast Queenslanders, you could see a shower or two if you're around the Sunshine Coast, but otherwise it's going to be dry. A 10% chance of showers. I'd be surprised if you saw anything drop, but that low-intensity heat wave continues in Ipswich. 34 degrees on both Monday and on Tuesday. Sydney, what a beautiful place to be. Much cooler day on Sunday, and looking great there. Circular Quay, what a fantastic part of the city. 28 degrees on Monday, 29 degrees on Tuesday, so it's starting to heat up. There's a slight chance of a shower for all of these locations. Less of a chance as we head towards Tuesday, partly cloudy for both of those days. And in Canberra, it's another hot day, 35 degrees. There's no heat relief just yet, but there are a few showers on the cards which could give you a little bit of relief. 36 degrees on Tuesday, and the scorching temperatures continue in Albury, 40 degrees on Monday and on Tuesday. Melbourne, my favourite city, only because of the great coffee though. The weather's a little bit temperamental, isn't it? 27 degrees for your Monday, heating up into Tuesday, 31 degrees. And it's going to be dry on Monday and on Tuesday for all these central Victorian locations. Much hotter though for Bendigo, as we would expect. 35 degrees on Monday and 38 degrees with sunny skies on Tuesday. A little bit too hot, I think. Hobart and Launceston, still seeing a low-intensity heat wave, above average for this time of year, 29 and 32 in Launceston. Very similar conditions on Tuesday. We'll really see the heat start to skyrocket for the southeast as we head towards the end of the week, but it is progressively getting a little bit warmer. But it is hot in the Adelaide regions, 35 degrees on Monday, 34 in Glenelgan, a little bit cooler for Stirling, and heading up into Tuesday. Take a look at Adelaide, 38 degrees, 36 in Glenelg and 34 in Stirling for your Tuesday.
For the Kimberley in the top end, it's been a pretty poor start to the wet season. Queensland, however, has seen quite a good start to the wet season. Although we have been teased by showers and storms over the last few days for parts of the Kimberley, we are still well behind what we should be by this time of year. This season, Broom's collected 65 millimeters of rainfall. By this time, usually much more than that. We've only collected a third of what we should collect. Derby, meanwhile, inland of the Kimberley, 135 millimeters, looking better there. About 60% of what we're usually up to by this time of year. And Bidjadanga, 40 millimeters, and only a quarter of what we'd usually expect by this time of year. But there is some good news. We're actually expecting heavy rain to develop over the Kimberley and the tropics this week. But it looks like another bone-dry week for the south. You can see the last 7 days we haven't seen much rain over the south either, but teasing showers and storms for the northern tropics. The monsoon trough is in Australian waters, and it's going to be drawn to the south by a series of tropical lows this week. Now, there's a lot of model uncertainty exactly where those tropical lows will be, but they will draw that monsoon trough to the south. Now, as that's happening, we'll also have a big low hit the southwest land division, potentially bringing the most rain we've seen in months there to places like Perth, Bunbury, and the Albany region. You can see the frozen time frame here on Friday, showing two separate tropical lows, one impacting the Kimberley and Pilbara, the other impacting far north Queensland tropics. Let's go further ahead. This system could link up with this cold front next week and then bring some rain showers and storms down into the southeast. That would be pretty good, wouldn't it? Let's take a look at the forecast rainfall. This is Monday's rain. Showers and storms look fairly widespread in central and northeast New South Wales. Heavy rainfall totals are possible, and we could even see them from the morning, in fact, for parts of New South Wales. Now, if we look forward from Tuesday onwards, this is when we could see the monsoon trough start to dip over the top end. Maybe later in the day there, bringing northerly winds with it and increasing the rainfall. And by Wednesday, looking more and more likely like that monsoon will be drawn to the south with some tropical lows embedded within it. Now, isolated totals there will probably be average totals around 20 millimeters, isolated totals over 50 to 100 millimeters, and that sort of a setup, and that'll continue into Thursday. And if we get the low actually moving on or near the shoreline, we could even see widespread totals 50 to 100 millimeters there. But notice that it is fairly dry across large parts of the south. this entire week. Looking at Saturday, though, that's when we could see a front hit the southwest, drawing that moisture down into parts of the interior of Western Australia and then further into the southeast later. So we are expecting some heavy rain over the tropics over the next few days, depending on the monsoon, which we could see over 100 to 200 millimeters for parts of the Kimberley, the top end, and far north Queensland.